leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order. It's Christian Coffins.
DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest.
Welcome to the March 3rd, 2025, Monday edition of the DarkDox Digest with your host, Christian Coffins.
DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest.
How is it possible for one person to be in the chat if I'm in the chat, Data Battle Z's in the chat, and I have no other evidence? Hello, this is Monday, 3/3/2025, so I made it into a big old 33 extravaganza, and of course, I was like, is there anything relevant with what's going on today? And sure enough, there is plenty. And I found the perfect video. So it just goes to show you how powerful and how commonly used 33 is in messaging amongst the occults. I, again, am your host, Christian Coffins. And what we do here is I watch band.video for 10 hours all day, every day, Monday through Friday, for my job. And not for my job, but while I'm at my job, I have my earpiece in and I'm seeing what's going on in the American Journal and on the Alex Jones Show for 4 hours. And then, of course, the War Room with Harrison Smith. I'm also deep in the DarkDox Network, which is our signal group that has people from all over the place with all sorts of credentials and intelligence in order to get a complete picture of what's actually going on in geopolitics and the fight against the New World Order. So we do it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at youtube.com/DarkDox. No, we used to, but then they kicked us off. So now it's Sacred Owls. But we are on rumble.com/DarkDox and bitshoot.com/DarkDox. Let's get the display capture up. Yeah, so you can get the show notes for this episode in the description. I heard they're taking away links. I'm not sure if it's just from the shorts or what, but you can always go to darkdox.com or darkdox.me and get the show notes. And if you haven't already, check out last Friday's emergency broadcast, SmackDown, where I did a huge breakdown of the whole Trump-Zelensky thing. It was hilarious. If you're into body language and stuff, and breaking down how body language works and is a tell for XYZ, this is a great case study. So let's get back to today's episode, though, because there's a lot going on. All right, so we're going to start off, actually, with this video that I just found, and I just started watching, and I'm like, that's the perfect... It's the video that was in the... you know what? I'm going to... You're going to have to wait, because I'm not going to go sniffing around. We're going to do things in order. So what is a 33rd degree Freemason? A 33rd degree... this is from Scottish Rite... nmg.org. 33rd degree Scottish Rite Freemasonry is conferred upon a member in recognition of outstanding service to the Scottish Rite, Freemasonry, or Society. You can learn more there. That's one thing. Jesus Christ was crucified at 33. And there's going to be a lot more 33s throughout this episode. But for now, we're going to start, as we do every episode since the Trump administration, with whitehouse.gov/news. Further amendment to duties addressing the synthetic opioid chain in the People's Republic of China. By authorities vested in the President of the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, including the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, the National Emergencies Act, and amendments yada, and section yada of the United States Code, I hereby determine on order with Executive Order 14195 on February 1st of 2025, imposing duties to address the synthetic opioid supply chain in the People's Republic of China. I determined that the failure of the government of the People's Republic of China, or PRC, to act in the blunt the sustained influx of synthetic opioids, including fentanyl, flowing from the PRC to the United States constituted an unusual and extraordinary threat, which has its source in substantial parts of the outside of the United States, the national security, foreign policy, and economy of the United States. To address that threat, I invoke the authorities under 1702 A1B of IEEPA to impose ad valorem tariffs on articles that the products of the PRC, as defined by a Federal Register notice, describes Section 2D, the Executive Order 14195, is amended by Executive Order 14200 of February 5th, 2025. So yeah, they're getting tariffs because of the fentanyl, which is good. Very good. That's what you do. Another historic investment secured under President Trump. Today, President Trump joined a Taiwanese semiconductor manufacturing company to announce a historic $100 billion investment by TSMC in its Arizona-based semiconductor chips manufacturing operation, the largest foreign direct investment in U.S. history. So, yeah, bringing manufacturing back by imposing these tariffs. It's incentivizing them to come manufacture in the U.S. to get around the tariffs. Yep, good. It's a smart move. Monday morning wins. Call it the Trump effect. He just loves that. He's trying to coin that. The Trump effect. There's no better way to start off week than celebrating more big wins for America under the leadership of President Donald J. Trump. American manufacturing surges amid President Trump's tariffs. Automakers. Honda is expected to produce its next generation Civic hybrid model in Indiana, while Wisconsin-based Clarios, a leader in low-voltage energy storage, announced a $6 billion plan to expand its U.S.-based manufacturing. Yep. 20,000 new U.S.-based jobs, while drug makers Eli Lilly announced $27 billion investment in its U.S.-based manufacturing, bringing the total number of investments secured in President Trump's second term to nearly $2 billion. One moment, please. Dun, 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 dun. I had to work on my dinner for a second. Did you guys miss me? All right, so good stuff going on. A victory for small businesses. U.S. Department of Treasury suspended enforcement of Biden-era beneficial ownership information reporting requirements for U.S. citizens. A big win for small businesses faced with burdensome reporting requirements that increase costs and lower productivity. Fantastic. Less paperwork. Love this presidency. Presidential message on Ramadan. Today, he sends his warmest greetings to the holy month of Ramadan, a sacred time of fasting, prayer, and communal gathering. Sounds like a Nazi. Amendment to duties to address the situation at our southern border. By the authority vested in the President of the Constitution and the laws of the United States of America, including the International Emergency Economic Powers Acts and et al. Executive Order 14194, February 1st, imposing duties to address the situation at the southern border, as amended by Executive Order 14198 on the 3rd. Progress on the situation of the southern border is fully further amended by revising Section 2G to read as follows. Duty-free minimus treatment under 19 U.S.C. 1321 is available by otherwise eligible covered articles described in subsection yada, such as duty-free treatment shall cease to be available for such otherwise eligible covered articles. So yeah, they're getting they're clamping down on the Mexicos because of the border crisis and the cartels. So what's going on there? President and First Lady's message on National Read Across America Day. Not DarkDox related. Addressing the threat to national security from imports of timber and lumber. Okay, well, you see where that's going. They are going to be allowing us to cut down stuff over here because apparently we have a bunch extra, and there's more information on that. Immediate expansion of American timber production. And then, yeah, we're back down to the 1st. So, definitely keep up on that. That's just over the weekend. Fantastic. The Guardian, what are you doing here? White House directs officials to draft proposal to lift U.S. sanctions on Russia. Oh, I see. Sources say work on so-called options paper comes as Trump seeks to restore Moscow ties and end Ukraine war. Yep. Yeah, the symbol on Zelensky's shirt was not enough. It's so funny. I just searched, what's the symbol on Zelensky's shirt? And then I shit you not, when you search that on Brave, symbol on Zelensky's shirt meaning. The symbol on Volodymyr Zelensky's shirt is not a Nazi symbol. That's not what I asked. So, way to be defensive, Brave. Calm down. It represents the official emblem of Ukraine's, can you believe that? Ukraine's armed forces and includes the country's coat of arms in the corner, which is a blue shield with a golden trident known as a trizub. There you have it. I was wondering. 20,000 troops. We only have 25 main battle tanks working at best, from the independent.co.uk. Left in rot in sheds, our equipment is either ancient, non-existent, or yet to arrive, while ammunition stocks would not last a week if push came to shove, says defense expert Francis Tusa.
We need a security guarantee for Ukraine, in Ukraine, that is capable of delivering what President Trump has pledged and says he wants, which is a durable peace. That requires an end to the Russian attack and no repeat of that in the future. The European countries have to play a leading part in that guarantee, but require a backstop from the US, because in the end it is only the US that can provide the deterrence to Putin that will prevent him attacking again. And the detail of that is being developed. Keir Starmer will discuss that with President Trump when they meet shortly. But the one thing I'm not going to do is discuss details of the work that we're doing, the discussions we're having with allies and with the US, because the one thing I don't want to do is make Putin any wiser.
There you have it. So, you Brits seem to be talking out your ass about being able to help anybody do anything, ever. Trump halts all military aid to Ukraine as Zelensky feud intensifies. There has been contradictory reports all day, and at one point in the afternoon, a firm Trump denial, but Monday evening Bloomberg is reporting that the U.S. has paused all military aid to Ukraine amid the tit-for-tat open feuding with Zelensky. Intensify.
Alert, alert, alert. This flash sale only lasts until the evening of February 27th, 2025.
The biggest sale in the history of thealexjonesstore.com is running right now on Patriot Apparel, on the highest quality supplements and more. You get a free bottle of the amazing Gut Cleanse with every order no matter how small. And every order $50 or more gets a free Infowars baseball cap. All right now at thealexjonesstore.com.
And if you go to thealexjonesstore.com/DarkDox, I get 10%. So if you like what I do, please go to thealexjonesstore.com/DarkDox. And they're giving away Gut Cleanse. They're giving away hats. They're giving away trucks. There's a 4x4 Raptor. We'll get into it later. Every dollar you spend is an entry into these giveaways. They've already given away 2 trucks. It's awesome. But this is President Trump annihilates the cokehead of Kiev on live television, accuses mad dictator Zelensky of gambling with World War III. I don't know why this ended up here. I apologize, but I'm glad I played the ad. Yeah, because
you're right now not in a very good position.
It's just his analysis. It's hilarious. You should definitely watch Alex's analysis. Yeah, this is what we covered on Friday.
But we're gonna feel.
Yeah. Putin-Trump summit being expedited in wake of Zelensky's White House row. This is from today as well. CNN reports that the summit between President Trump and Putin is now being fast-tracked in the wake of the explosive row with Zelensky, which saw him booted from the White House before a planned lunch was to take place Friday. I love that he got kicked out. That's just priceless. Last month saw talks of Ryada aimed at fully restoring U.S.-Russia relations. We'll see. We will see. Yes, the Tesla attacks continue. Mindless leftists attack a Tesla dealership in Manhattan, falsely claim that Elon Musk is a dictator and a Nazi, and chant the name Zelensky, who is a certified dictator whose army literally worships Hitler. Great headline. Let's take a look. They have this weird thing where you have to refresh to click sometimes.
What's incredible is they have signs, a lot of them, saying that Musk is a dictator and that Musk is a Nazi. Zelensky is a dictator, and his main army are literal Nazis.
There's a video of the Ukrainian Nazis over there.
While other networks lie to you.
People,
I want to see more of these protests.
What's incredible is,
wow,
they have signs, a lot of them, saying that
I want a t-shirt with like the man, these guys are well funded.
Zelensky is a dictator, and his main army are literal Nazis.
Yep.
You know what? Stop there. I want to go to them getting arrested in a minute. But since we have it,
Look up the Azov
there's
battalion.
hundreds of these clips of the Azov battalions and others literally hailing Hitler. And they put this on TV, and Zelensky has actually defended this.
Yep.
So many of these clips. Yeah, we'll get to that clip a little bit later. But just watching this is so insane. Everything they're saying about Trump and Musk.
Was wollen wir trinken? 7 Tage lang. Was wollen wir trinken? So ein Durst. Was wollen wir trinken? 7 Tage lang. Was wollen wir trinken?
So
Nazis.
In World War II, a lot of the battles happened in Ukraine. The Nazis occupied it. These are literally the grandkids of those folks. And here they are
Shooting a MAGA supporter.
This is recent video from yesterday. This is Ukrainian soldiers shooting a mannequin with a Trump shirt on it.
Oh, he's even wearing a Trump shirt.
And burning it. And they're tearing their American flags off their patches because they want the war to continue. And of course, the Ukrainians are basically Russians. So this is 30-something million of these people. And now let's go fight hundreds of millions of them.
That's wild. That's my first
idea.
time seeing that.
So this is what we're dealing with. All right, so there's the left. Oh, Trump's a Nazi. Elon's a dictator. Everything they say about us is what they are on record. Here they are getting arrested, storming into the dealership.
See, anyone that says that Alex Jones is lying, it's like, there's the proof, there's the video, there's the source, there's the clip. Infowars.com, band.video, darkdox.com, darkdox.me. These people, they just don't understand. They don't. They just think that the only place you can get good information is the mainstream media, and that everyone else is lying. But it's like, can you just do a little bit of research and just click on a link and watch the video? Like, can you just read the article? Can you just look at other people's research and then fact check it, see if the other people's research is, from good sources or is it from bullshit sources? Our sources are whitehouse.gov, our sources are fbi.gov, our sources are army.mil, our sources are
General Flynn a year or so ago. He does a really brief but good synopsis of who the left is supporting in Ukraine and what they're really doing. Yeah, and you've got a bunch of these leftists, you can't tell what gender they are, screaming at the cops that they're Nazis.
Can't
just
tell
total
what
idiots.
gender they are.
Here's General Flynn.
In Ukraine,
Alex Jones says General Flynn.
as we're seeing a country that is...
Watch Infowars. Watch band.video. It's good stuff. All the full links are in the description. And at darkdox.com. Another apparent car ramming attack in Germany will only fuel more AfD support. Oh boy. Wow. That was fast. Let's see it hit anyone. Man in the car rushed at neck-break speeds into a crowd on Monday in Mannheim just seconds before the massacre of the innocents. How many died? Europe has seen a surge in terrorist attacks, many carried out by migrants, further pushing the continent into a major crisis. I'm sorry, I need are my eyes failing me? Their text is so small on this website. Yet another attack in Germany only suggests that AfD's support will likely strengthen, as liberals have mismanaged a migrant crisis by far left progressive governments that have failed to protect their citizens. Okay, one dead. Still a tragedy. Should have been nobody. Oh, videos are being deleted. Oh, shit. This is the only one that wasn't deleted. Suspicious. Same video. Very suspicious. Trump really is playing 3D chess. Watch Putin offer America access to Russia's incredibly precious rare earth minerals.
Requires substantial capital investments.
Play, will ya? Hit it twice.
It's important to emphasize that the Russian possesses significantly more rare earth minerals than Ukraine. Russia is one of the uncontested leaders when it comes to rare earth and rare earth mineral reserves. Develop these resources requires substantial capital investments. We would be happy to work with any foreign partners, including American ones.
While other networks lie to you about what's happening now.
There you have it. I like that they put the little snippet in the front. Really appreciate that. If you want to watch the whole thing, link in description. Pentagon deploys mechanized infantry and air support to secure Mexican border, including team of 4,400 soldiers. We got a lot to cover today, so I'm just going to go through some headlines until something piques my interest. We explore whether the UK can arrest U.S. citizens for what they say on social media. It's a big hot topic right now. Comments from a UK official have resurfaced in the wake of criticism that the country's government allegedly allowed grooming gangs to operate with little consequence. They made statements that some believe in the UK intends to extradite U.S. citizens for online comments. We'll take a look at the situation and laws from freedom of speech to the U.S. versus the U.K. So will they or won't they? See, they make you just read the whole article. But I don't want to. I don't care. I do care. But what I can say is that if you're a British lawmaker or law enforcement officer, fucking shove it. You're never going to extradite a damn come and take it, bitch. 1776 again. I will shove your red coat so far up your ass that you'll be fucking seeing red. You hear me? President Tampon, Tim Walz hints at 2028 run. Oh, please run. That will just be gold. Gold for the show. Are you kidding me? Weirdo Vice President loser Tim Walz has, who is this, Zero Hedge, has said that he is ready for a run in 2028. Not with that weight, chubby. If Democrats need a candidate, they won't exist. Prompting conservatives online to beg for it to become a reality given how bad he is. Oh, yes, let that happen. That'd be so much fun. Tampon Tim. Tampon for president. I love it. Tampon for president shirts coming from darkdox.me/shop. What do you think? It's gross. No one would wear that, right? Victor, if you have any shirt ideas, leave them in the chat because I make our shirts. So, Viktor Orban's Hungary will not allow gay sex pride parade in Budapest this year. It's gay. In Hungary, Hungarian government announced it will not allow LGBT pride parade to take, citing protection of children. Good. That's my analysis. Good. This is so good. It's a premium. Oh, fuck you. What? Europe, guns, growth, and... no. Don't be like that, Zero Hedge. Zero Hedge. No. No premium content. No. Democrat Senator Chris Murphy, who met with Zelensky before White House visit, confirms the Ukrainian leader has already decided to torpedo Trump's mineral deal before meeting with Trump. Yeah, I had suspicions, and then these videos surfaced. Let's see if any of them are on the tweets. Yeah, here's a photo. So before he went to the White House, they did this whole meet and greet with a bunch of Democrat. I mean, that's like treason. It's undermining the whole negotiation. No, I don't like it. Le Pen blast Brussels over power grab, says peace is the only option while downplaying Zelensky-Trump spats. Everyone has something to say. Major Epstein docs scandal update. Alex Jones lays out the latest developments in Trump administration's battle to release not just the Epstein pedophile investigation information, but the JFK, RFK, MLK files and more. You can watch that later. Elon Musk drops truth bomb on Washington's corrupt money machine. This is really going to get me assassinated. When was this from? He said, I think maybe 3/4 of the graft is demographic. I think there may be 20 to 25% that's Republican. Musk reveals those numbers don't add up. 3/4, 33. Oh, it's one of those gateway pundit. Do I want to watch this? Why not? We're going to get rid of it over here, and we're going to go to the edge. We're living on the edge. I can't watch that video on AVG secure browser because it has ads. But I feel like watching it, so. See what ads they have today. I can skip it in 3, 2, 1. It's a gross picture, bro.
Introducing the Ungun, the
This is the gayest
self-defense
thing ever.
platform. Lightweight and simple to use.
Look at
It
this.
uses an easy-to-load 5-round
This is a
magazine
lawsuit
and is
waiting
powered
to
by
happen.
an 8-gram CO2 cartridge.
It's deadly force
Burnell
for
launchers
a
fire
reason.
a 68 caliber
Uses-
chemical-filled
it
projectile
fires
using a
chemical
patented Pierce
projectiles.
technology where the CO2 canister is only punctured on the first trigger pull, meaning your launcher is
I don't know,
always
what do
at
you
the
think
ready.
guys think about
It's
that?
capable of incapacitating an attacker for over 30 minutes and is accurate and effective at over 60 feet. It requires no
I like
permits,
bullets
no
better.
background checks.
I think maybe 3/4 of the graft is Democratic. I think there's like maybe, I don't know, 20, 25% that's Republican. So they've like, basically most of the graft is going to the Democrats, but they throw some bones to the Republicans too. So then they're in on it. And
What's up, Popeye?
It's not like there's zero graft on the Republican side, to be clear.
Check out rabbithole.radio.
Conservative that are insider trading in Congress.
Yeah.
Plenty.
Insider trading, and just there's the curious case of how do people in Congress or whatever become wealthy over time?
Extremely wealthy.
Yes.
On a $170,000 a year salary.
It's like literally impossible.
Yeah. No one else does that.
It's literally impossible.
If you find out that this guy has a $170,000 a year job, you're like, oh, he's doing okay. He's all right.
Yeah.
And then you're like, wait a minute, why does he have $50 million?
Yes.
What is he doing?
Correct.
Yeah.
And I think like the more accurate thing would be to say like, what is the family value increase? Meaning like, how much does their spouse earn? Do they have a mysteriously wealthy spouse?
Right. And do they have a spouse that's really good at insider trading?
Yeah.
Like Paul Pelosi.
Really good.
Yeah, he's great at trading. He's such a good trader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's it's
Trader indeed.
There's.
I think I'm gonna watch the rest of that later. Alien smuggler speaks out. I make 6,000 euros per trip, and Spain pays for my flight home. A serial migrant smuggler sat down for an executive interview with El Español to reveal all about the art of trafficking illegal migrants from the African mainland to the Canary Islands, detailing the lucrative sums he receives and how he evades the authorities. Slavery was never abolished. It's just called human trafficking now. Zelensky rejects calls for imminent ceasefire against nuclear superpower Russia. It's interesting, they got this screenshot where he's like, yeah, and he's like, whoa. When, like, you know, we have this one where it's like, you. And he's like, meh. It all depends on the moment, doesn't it? They had to look hard for that one. Ukrainian President Zelensky has doubled down. No, he is the tyrant dictator Zelensky. It's just like the Antifas here in the U.S. You know, we gotta use their tactics, right? On his rejection and immediate ceasefire in the war with Russia, speaking to the Financial Times after a weekend of hobnobbing with the European elites in London, Zelensky made it clear he is willing to let Ukraine burn rather than negotiate a practical peace. Idiot. Post-vaccination syndrome, new paper identifies lingering COVID-19 vax effects. A new condition called post-vaccine syndrome has been acknowledged by Yale scientists investigating the long-term after effects of COVID-19 vaccination. The condition is characterized by a variety of troubling symptoms, including brain fog, insomnia, tinnitus, heart palpitations, resembling the condition dubbed long COVID. Told you not to take those shots. In a historic blow to cartels is the surrender of 29 leaders linked to the Mexico's bid to reclaim El Mayo Zambada. On February 27, 2025, the United States took into custody 29 leaders of the Mexican drug cartel, a historic blow against the criminal organizations that have flooded our community with deadly drugs like fentanyl and exploited a vulnerable border for far too long.
Alert, alert, alert. This flash sale only lasts until...
Here it is. Elon Musk appears to back U.S. withdrawing from NATO and the UN. No, he doesn't appear to it. He said, and the UN. Norway fuel supplier Haltbach Bunkers has stopped refueling the U.S. Navy ships and urged other European countries to follow suit. Good. Just get out of it. More governments pledge to join UK and France in sending peacekeepers to Ukraine. It's a whole long list of them. Absolute bunker town insanity. NATO defense spending. The blue is the United States. Look at all the other countries. The U.S., $860 billion. Germany is the next biggest, $68 billion. UK, $65 billion. Poland, $29 billion. Spain, $19 billion.
But yeah, Zelensky's like, they pay almost as much as you.
Even if NATO wasn't trying to start nuclear war, it is vestigial. So Elon Musk is right. Senator Mike Lee's right. Trump's been right in the past saying maybe we should just pull out of it. Absolutely, we should pull out of it.
While other networks lie to you about what's happening.
Pulling out is always a good idea. Americans love Doge, unless you want to get fucked. Americans love Doge. 77% of voters believe in full examination of government expenditures. 7 out of 10 approve the cutting government spending by $1 trillion. That's a cute logo. Yeah. I like it. I mean, nothing's as cute as this guy, but it's pretty darn cute. And there's all the graphs you need to know about all the money that we're saving. So, go Doge.
Alert, alert, alert. This flash sale only lasts until the evening.
The UK is prepared to back this with boots on the ground and planes in the air. Together with others, Europe must do the heavy lifting
The U.S. will have to send their sons and daughters exactly the same way as we are sending their sons and daughters to war, and they will have to fight.
You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III.
Great montage.
While other networks lie to you about what's happening now.
Get back to work, Doge. Kennedy, Democrat, being urged to run for Orange County mayor. This is a Jacob Engels. Our boy. According to several sources within the Democrat Party of Florida, former Orange County property appraiser Rick Singh, I think that's how you say it, is being urged to mount a campaign for mayor because of his business background, military training, and his ability to influence men and women to accomplish the mission. Sign, a Kennedy-esque Democrat who served in the United States Army, never got caught up with the ultra-progressive culture. Instead, he favored merit and logic during his time as property appraiser. That's refreshing. All right. I'll look into him, Jacob. Thank you.
Alert, alert, alert. This flash sale only lasts until the evening of February 27th, 2025.
Amid U.S. Trump tariff pressure.
In an unprecedented move, Mexico has sent 29 members of various cartel factions to face charges in the United States. Some of those districts include Illinois, Texas, California, here in Washington, D.C., and New York City. One of those that has been extradited is Rafael Cara Quintero, who was wanted for the murder of a DA agent some 40 years ago. Various charges for the other defendants include trafficking, illegal use of firearms, murder, and many others. Attorney General Bondi states that some of these members are actually part of the recently designated FTO, or foreign terrorist organizations. Those include the Cartel Noreste, which is formerly Los Zetas, and the Sinaloa Cartel. This extradition seems to indicate that President Sheinbaum is taking the 25% tariffs that the Trump administration is leveling on Mexico next week very seriously. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt states that the prior administration let criminals go and commit crimes across the world, while this administration is looking for justice for the American people. We are calling these thugs terrorists because that's what they are. Also of note are two members of the formerly known Los Zetas, Miguel Trevino Morales and Alejandro Trevino Morales, better known as Z40 and Z42. Now, these two prior members of the Los Zetas, which is now Cartel del Noreste, they were running the faction from a Mexican prison. This is a huge change in what could be going forwards, as Mexican officials are going to be sending some of these criminals to the United States to face charges there, and no longer able to run their factions from a prison in Mexico. Mexican-based journalist Joan Grillo writes, "The Zetas unleashed a campaign of terror across parts of Mexico. They dissolved bodies in metal bins, burned a packed casino, and tossed grenades at families celebrating Mexican Independence Day." Several of those facing charges in the United States will face charges here in Washington, D.C., including Z40 and Z42. Stay tuned to Border Hawk for more.
Border Hawk's crushing it over there at Band.video. Good work. Biden appointed federal judge who blocked Trump USAID freed is a far-left activist and a Biden donor who pushed to defund police, drop BLM charges, previously accused Trump of hatred towards Muslim people. What a piece of shit. Ranked U.S. states versus G7 countries by GDP per capita. Yeah, I thought this was kind of interesting. So, richest American state, Washington, D.C. Second richest, New York, and then Massachusetts. U.S. average is 81,600. Third poorest state, Arkansas. Second poorest state, West Virginia. And then there's Canada, Germany, Mississippi, UK, France, Italy, and Japan. Okay. Actress cast to play Jesus in Jesus Christ Superstar shows up to Oscars looking like a demonic vampire. There is no slant to that article. Holy shit. First of all. Second of all. Third of all. Fourth of all.
Hey, Mr. Rivas, straight ahead.
Why are you?
Absolute goddess. Cynthia, one more with those eyes, my love. Cynthia, looking this way. Cynthia, with those eyes.
I mean, just the nerve to like have a Jesus Christ superstar with a black woman as Jesus Christ. You can go fuck yourself, but you can't draw a cartoon of Mohammed.
Alert! This
No, you
flash
can't.
sale only lasts until the
for the
Well, look, I
pedal
love
to
that
the
they're
metal
going after
on
the worst
mass
of the worst, right? The
deportations.
worst go first. That's what Tom Homan told us going into this.
And the sky is blue. Doug Imhoff posts photo of Kamala Harris at home eating Doritos to dispel rumors that she's an alien or that she'll be attending the Oscars. This woman was almost your president. What the hell? It's just weird. It's just weird.
Alert! This flash sale only lasts until the evening.
He does that so I don't have
Julio,
to
recently you were
pro-Palestine
out in
mobs
Los
that
Angeles. You were
rebranded
covering
as
some of the
anti-ICE
anti-ICE
protesters.
protests, the walkouts that were going on.
Now,
Around what happened?
far. And
Interviewing
so
some guy. Interesting. Watch 120-acre wildfire at Myrtle Beach in South Carolina prompts the state of emergency declaration yesterday. A huge wildfire in Myrtle Beach has burned roughly 1,200 acres as efforts by state emergency and National Guard troops to contain the blaze are underway. At least 11 neighborhoods in the area are being evacuated, and the governor has declared a state of emergency. Wonder what started it. There's videos. Might have to go back to the
Alert! This flash sale only lasts until the evening of...
I don't know what this is. We gotta go to the edge.
I've never seen such an amazing
watch an
cleaning
ad for a little
product.
clip. I
It's
hate you
just
guys.
like magic. This incredible product dissolves oven.
Try this 7-second method tonight to help
Two ads. You
reverse
guys
your
are
vision
trash.
problems while you sleep.
Suck.
If you wear
For a Rumble video, I'm gonna paywall a Rumble video. What it takes to remain unjected. You just don't take shots. Are these like the unjected people, like the dating site? Because I found my wife to be on there. So if it is, thank you. After Zelensky's blowout in the White House, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz hints a new Ukrainian leader may be needed to achieve peace. Yeah, no shit.
Alert! This flash sale only lasts...
You're like, alright already.
Welcome to Flyover Conservative Podcast.
We don't need to do all that. From prison to the White House, Angela Stanton King's unbelievable redemption story. I haven't watched it yet. Sounds inspirational. Tulsi Gabbard weighs in on Trump Oval Office meeting with Zelensky. I might watch that later.
Alert!
Jamie
This
Deluxe.
flash sale only lasts until the...
See what he said.
In 1998,
The 43-page lawsuit filed by a Jane Doe claims John Paul Miller and his father, Reginald Wayne Miller, fostered sexual abuse and predatory conduct in their former church. She claims not only was she harmed, but so were numerous minors.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
This video is sponsored by you, the viewer.
I've had a sponsor before. I didn't like it, so I'm not sponsored, nor am I monetized anywhere. So
he's a funny guy. I like his videos. Oh yeah, so this is what this is what I found out for the intro. If you made it this far, perfect. 10 minutes ago. Coincidence of the 33.
So even if they do release this information, even if they do release these names, yes, they'll be disgraced by the public, but nobody's going to get in any real trouble for this because they should have already. But anyway, going back to what I was saying, people are no longer talking about the failure that was the file's release. But for whatever reason, people will still believe the distractions. They will still believe the theatrics. And people are now, again, talking about just a day later, this big blow up. And something about this really does not sit right with me. Something about this is off. And I'm not talking about who's right, who's wrong. Just something seems weird about this whole thing. And it was kind of confirmed when these news articles were coming out 33 times when Zelensky publicly thanked Americans and United States leadership since the conflict in 2022. 33 times a certain calling card has been revealed. Does anybody truly believe that it's a coincidence that, and you can comment below, it's fine, do you truly believe that it's a coincidence Zelensky just happened to have thanked the United States exactly 33 times? A number that has been appearing in all these very bizarre news stories. A number that happens to be connected to a certain free people society. But even outside the news story of this big blow up, even looking at the news story of Gene Hackman, his wife, and their dog passing away in a very bizarre manner, there's even news stories coming out where they have to tell us the value of their home happens to be exactly $3.3 million. I broke down in my previous video how that was nothing but a big ritual, even down to the point that they are saying that their bodies were in the process of mummification. Yes, mummification is a real thing. Yes, their bodies could have been there unnoticed for quite some time, even though they have maintenance workers, they have families. But you have to look at everything as a whole, especially the very bizarre update to Gene Hackman's Wikipedia page that spoke about a ritual. Then last month in January, we had a news story where hostages were being returned from the Gaza ceasefire, phase one, mind you, and exactly 33 hostages were set to be returned. Then the Black Hawk American Airlines crash took place exactly on runway 33. And yes, there is a thing where we can look too deep into numbers, but this one number keeps appearing in all these very suspicious news stories. And it's very involved. It's not like it appears like somewhere in the story. No, it's in the major headline of the story. Like, it's not somewhere hidden within the story. It's not like, you know, the address was 33 Way or the, somewhere 33 was hidden in the article. No, it is right there front and center in the actual title of these news articles, letting us know who are the ones pulling the strings, who these stories are really being created by. Now, again, if you don't know, 33 are the Free People Society. It's their number. It's their calling card. When I did my big breakdown of Barack Obama's scripted movie, Leave the World Behind, I said they are telling us who is in control of everything we are seeing. Even though there is a part in the movie where they say that no one's in control, if you actually do the breakdown and you see the symbolism, they are telling you it's the Free People Society. It's the higher up. It's not, again, it's not your peepaw who drives to Publix every day in his Lincoln with the bumper sticker. No, it's those in the higher echelons, the Luciferians and so forth. Remember that very odd story where a so-called Rothschild, and I don't know if he's a Rothschild or not. Some people are saying he's not. I really don't care, but news and media were saying that a Rothschild had passed away in a fire. And it took exactly 33 minutes to put out the fire. Who says that? Usually you would see approximately 30 minutes, approximately a half an hour. No, exactly 33 minutes to put out the fire. Now, I know some people, and I do see these comments often when it comes to talking about the number 33, that we're just number sensitive. We make a big deal out of numbers. We go too far into it.
Yeah, so it's a good video.
I'm not talking about
and
6, 7, 8.
And it goes into another video about 33 stuff. So now I'm completing the chain, the third part of the chain, where I'm doing a video of this video that's doing a video of the third one. It's all threes, baby. Vladimir Putin hints at offering rare earth minerals deal to U.S. After the Trump-Zelensky spat. Yes. Albert Pike is a 33rd degree Freemason. He has the 33 right here. And he also founded the Ku Klux Klan, which has 3 Ks. If you're on X, we are Sacred Owls Unite. What do we got here?
He like behind closed doors.
Elon Musk posted
Mr. Putin he's very smart.
Well, you know him better than most people.
Yeah, I do.
What was he like behind closed doors, away from, the sort of the public utterances?
Smart and remarkably, we had a really good, blunt relationship.
How blunt?
When Bill Clinton says he trusted Putin and they had a good relationship, he's a political genius. Trump does the same exact thing, and he's a Russian puppet.
Brutally blunt.
Ever fisticuffs?
No, but I think the right strategy most of the time is, but it's frustrating to people in your line of work. You should be brutally honest with people in private. And then if you want them to help you, try to avoid embarrassing them in public.
Right.
Now, sometimes they do things which make it impossible for you to keep quiet. But by and large, I found all the people I dealt with appreciated it if I told them the truth. How I honestly felt and what our interests were and what our objectives were. And they also appreciated it when I didn't kick them around in public for as long as I couldn't kick them around. So that's my experience.
Why are you kicking anyone, Bill? President Trump has now cut all military aid to Ukraine, per Bloomberg. It's over, Zelensky. Your gravy train has come to a screeching halt.
Saying that the political establishment and propaganda media don't want you to know. Ukraine's President Zelensky has just banned yet another political opposition party, one that questioned his legitimacy as president, and used Ukraine's Department of Justice to mandate the seizure of this party's members' assets. Now, this is just the latest of Zelensky's actions to do this sort of thing. He began banning major political opposition parties in 2022, when he also started banning TV channels that were associated with his political opponents. And he took over total control of Ukraine's largest television networks, now controlled by their government. Zelensky's presidential term ended on May 20th. He canceled elections in the name of martial law, suspending Ukraine's constitution so that he could stay in power. Now, defenders of Zelensky will say, hey, Ukraine is in the middle of a war. They can't have elections. Just stop for a moment and think, if we accept that excuse or criteria for suspending the Constitution and canceling elections, then we should presume that leaders in our own country and our own establishment media will also use this same excuse and rationale when they suspend our Constitution and our elections, since we too are at war with Russia and China. If you think this sounds crazy, look at what's already going on. They've already started conditioning us to accept a dictatorship by rationalizing their own use of our Department of Justice to target President Trump and other political enemies in their efforts to stay in power.
Makes sense to me. Head of FBI New York agent James Dennehy, who was reportedly hiding truckloads of key Epstein evidence and files, has forcibly resigned. Owen Schroyer is live covering the latest developments as they break.
Head of FBI New York, James Dennehy, forcibly resigns in latest shakeup at the Bureau under the Trump administration. The head of the FBI in New York City resigned today. the highest level shakeup at the Bureau under the Trump administration. I don't know if that's true. We have a new director now, but James Dennehy, a well-regarded leader in the New York law enforcement community, this is ABC News, of course, puffing him up, told the office he was forced to submit his resignation as an assistant director in charge of the FBI's New York field office. Top FBI official forced out after criticizing Trump pursuit of agents who investigated January 6th. He said to dig in after the new administration requested the names of all agents who worked on Capitol riot cases. So could this be about January 6th? Could this be about the Epstein list, the lack of answers? Could there be something else going on here? But the shakeup continues. Well, we're all sitting here wanting answers when it comes.
Yeah. Breaking: head of FBI field office in New York, James Dennehy, forced to resign following accusations from the Department of Justice in regards to his office hiding thousands of Epstein documents. Ooh, you're in trouble. Follow Benny Johnson. Libs of TikTok. Senator Mark Kelly.
Well, Jen, I think we all have a little bit of PTSD, even though we weren't in the Oval Office meeting, right? I think all of us, a lot of people across the country collectively. The contrast between the two meetings was quite remarkable. With Zelensky that morning, I think there were about 10, maybe a dozen of us, Democrats and Republicans. It was very constructive.
Watching Republicans in that Oval Office, but I wanted to start by just asking you about that meeting with Zelensky you attended by a bipartisan group. What was that like, and what was the response in the private room to him?
Well, Jen, I think we all have a little bit of PTSD, even though we weren't in the Oval Office meeting, right? I think all of us, a lot of people across the country collectively. The contrast between the two meetings was quite remarkable. With Zelensky that morning, I think there were about 10, maybe a dozen of.
I don't care. If you like what we do, check out darkdox.me/shop. We got projectors, we got MP4 players, we got buttons, we got records, we got stickers, we got t-shirts, we got Blu-rays, we got comics, we got shop rags and posters and much, much more. And I'm going to be working on some new stuff, so keep an eye on that DarkDox shop. Also, sign up and get 20% off at thealexjonesstore.com/darkdox. 10x entries to win both. They have a Ford 4x4, Ford Bronco, and they also have a Raptor, a Jeep Raptor. Join email and get 20% off. I highly also suggest we got Optimal Human. I haven't tried it yet. I just got the She Legit Complex, so I'll let you guys know how I like that. I just got it today, so I haven't even opened it. Atomic Defense, I've been taking that. Strong oregano, cumin seed, sea moss, turmeric, honey powder. And if you're going to get anything from thealexjonesstore.com/darkdox, I suggest joining the VIP club. It's only $30 a month, and you get $40 every month in store credit. So they pretty much give you $10 on top of the $30 that you spend to get anything you want. Also, automatic double entries into all giveaways for the trucks. The Lost Tapes, the 2001 to 2008 MP3 archive of the Alex Jones Store, the Alex Jones Show. So it's like all of 9/11, the end of the Bush administration, the beginning of the Obama administration. Amazing interviews. It's definitely a great archive to have and listen through. Having MP3s of all of that stuff is great. So if the electricity or the internet goes out, you're able to still listen to this stuff, especially if you get our MP4 player. Plays MP3s, MP4s, exclusive monthly VIP only giveaways, unlimited skips. You can jump in and out, unsubscribe, subscribe. It's fine. Early access to products, promos, giveaways. You control your membership. They got all kinds of cool stuff. So definitely check out thealexjonesstore.com/darkdox. If you're on Facebook, I am Christian X Coffins, and The Black Archive sent me this. Screenshot it, screenshot it, screenshot it, screenshot it, screenshot it, screenshot it. If you like what I do and you're on Cash App, scan this QR code and, buy me a chicken dinner. It'd be greatly appreciated. Rumble.com/DarkDox. We upload these episodes here and at BitChute.com/DarkDox. Pedo lives don't matter. Animal and kids. Let's see some shorts.
You know what's worse than getting arrested on a felony charge of child porn? Getting arrested on 20 counts of child porn, and that's exactly what just happened to this dude. On top of that, he got charged on 3 felony counts of having the same type of images involving animals. So that's James Nelson Walker out of Daytona Beach, Florida, and he just got hit with these charges. But not only did they find these materials at his home, he admitted to not only owning them, but distributing them as well. He's currently being held in the Volusia County Branch Jail on 0 bond.
Like
hell yeah, Florida. And I've been to that jail at least a dozen times. I'm going to tell you where he's at right now. He's on the PBL block, and what that stands for is punishable by life. Because when it comes to protecting children, the state of Florida, they don't play. He'd gotten busted in California on these same exact type of charges. He'd be looking at some probation, maybe a little bit of community service. That's just another reason why I love the state of Florida. You know what's worse than getting...
I love this guy. And he also, this also happened here in Florida. More weird pedophile incest with gun charges.
Let's get one thing clear. When these dudes are out here doing stuff like this, I'm going to make fun of them. Not because it's gay, which it is, but because they're twin brothers and it's incest. If you are still on the fence about that, I present to you Exhibit B and the fact that these dudes be out here French kissing each other and the fact that they did a video where they were giving each other sloppy. That's gross. I'm fairly certain that it's against the law, and yes, I am 100% going to be out here judging you. Here's something that I'm never going to judge them or anybody else for, though.
Yeah, you want some more? Okay. Here, go. Right up. Come on. I need help. I'm not helping you. Go. Keep pushing. Push up. Push up. Let's go. You got it. Breathe up. Breathe. That's what happened.
Now, the internet is out here making fun of this dude because it's not a lot of weight, he wasn't able to get a lot of reps, and he needed help on every single one of these. But I'm going to tell you right now, this is a dude doing what he can to better himself, to push himself, to strive to meet his goals, and I'm never going to diss another human being about that. I'm proud of you, dog. Keep getting it. The only way that we succeed is through failing over and over again, man, and you are on a positive path.
It's a nice place to stop today's episode. It's 9:08 p.m. on Monday, March 3rd, 2025. And I'm going to go eat some raviolis. This is Christian Coffins once more telling Chris Hansen to get back to work. Bring down the display capture. Ooh, that's a pretty one. And let's go ahead and go back to SeaWorld. And I'm a little bit small because, that's the size I am for the shorts. So I don't forget for tomorrow's episode, I'll grow a little bit. Oh, feel it in my bones. Cash.app/DarkDox. And we'll be doing this tomorrow, which is Tuesday, then Wednesday, then Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at youtube.com/DarkDox. This is Christian Coffin saying, beware, take care, have a good night, bye-bye.
Leading a frontal assault on the lies of the New World Order, it's Christian Coffin.
DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest. If you value this program, donate what you can at cash.app/DarkDox. DarkDox Digest. DarkDox Digest.